Alright. Hi, my name's Zia. I'm 21 years old and I'm from India. Welcome to my first ever episode of my podcast called It's Me, Zia. So I randomly decided to start this podcast. Because I love to talk and I love to go live on Instagram. I am very shy, but you'll get to know that later on as I speak. But also I've been told that my communication skills are very good. I won't even say communication, but my speaking skills are very good. So yeah, just bear with me. I might be silent in the middle or whatever because I'm kind of not really sure how this goes. It's kind of my first podcast ever. But also I've been getting a lot of ads. Every second ad on my Instagram is always 4 reasons why you need to start a podcast on my story ad. So I think they did a good job by doing that. So anyways, this is me. It's me, Diya Jetli. I am born in Delhi. I live in Gurgaon at the moment. I'm sorry, I have a cough. But again, I will get to that also later. I was born in Delhi, like I said. I currently live in Gurgaon and I'm 21. And I'm a culinary arts student at the Indian School of Hospitality. Okay, so moving on. I'm going to just talk a little bit about myself, about my family, about my friends maybe. I don't know, and what I did through this week. And if this picks up, I'll do a second episode. And I'll also talk about what I like doing and all of that stuff. Let's see. What I eventually talk about. So, I have a brother, and I live with my parents. No judgment there, but please, no harm in living with their parents. Anyways, I have a brother who's currently in Chicago. He's 27. We have a 6-year age gap, but I still don't I don't treat him like he's my elder brother kind of a thing. We have this same age kind of vibe. So anyway, I was born in Delhi and I was really shy, and I still am. I know, surprising, right? I'm 21, but I am still shy of people. I was so shy, and I still am, to the point where I'm not even able to communicate with people, my relatives, or my family friends or something like that. I wouldn't say I have stage fright as much, because I have spoken on stage before, but I am shy having a conversation with someone. So basically I used to study in Delhi. So in my school we used to have a breakup of 3 schools. 2 junior schools, 1 senior school. And so my junior school was till class 5, and then I moved on to senior school. But my brother, who is studying in the same school, graduated. And okay, I'm kind of running out of words to say, because I'll tell you the truth. I started recording, and then after my 15 minutes of me speaking, I checked that my mic wasn't on. So on this app that I'm recording through. So that was kind of bad, but that's why I actually felt that I did pretty good in my first 15 minutes. And now I'm just frustrated that I have to repeat the whole thing again, and I don't even remember what I said, even though it was just about my school. Anyways, where was I? Right, my childhood and my schooling. So I'm a very shy person, have very limited friends, and it's very difficult for me to make friends. So much to the point that even the friends that I have, I don't like sitting with them, because I know it sounds weird that you don't like to sit with your friends, but I feel like I'm better off by myself. I don't need anyone to sit with. And I feel like I can do so much more when I'm by myself. I can be more productive, and I don't know, maybe you might agree with me, you might not. It's your opinion, and everyone's entitled to their own. And also I thought, again, why also, I don't know really how to frame sentences. Just in the middle I'm going to say this, but I thought that, so whatever I say, it may not even make sense. I'm saying something right now, and the next sentence may be something totally off topic. But it's just that I want to get the main idea is to get my point through, And for people, and also the reason I started this podcast was for people who know me, who see me every day, who may not be my friends, but my acquaintances and all of that peers, if they happen to hear my podcast, so at least they will get to see me in a different perspective, and try to understand me better, because that's also um, the reason as to why I wanted to do this podcast, for people to hear me out. I mean, it's not like something like I'm trying to people to have pity over me, but they can just have a listen if they want to, So yeah, super shy and not having many friends, still don't. So when I was in junior school, I remember, so my brother was in senior school, same school, but senior branch of it. So I remember grade 5, when I graduated to grade 6, that was the same year he moved out to college, and so basically grade 6 was in senior school. So that was a whole new environment for me, like having no one there, like my brother had graduated the same year, so like if he was there in that school, I would have at least had someone. I mean, who can get closer than my brother at that time? But yeah, and the few rare friends that I had also had gotten shifted to another class. So I still remember crying on that day when I found out that my friends, those 3-4 friends, will not be with me. So I was alone, I was miserable, and I was very shy and scared because I felt like people would bully me, which they did to an extent, and I did feel bad, but like I couldn't really say much to them. It got to the point, like in school, so we had ice cream carts and canteens, so like people normally would like buy their stuff and they would eat with their friends, right? Or just they wouldn't have a care in the world of what people think of them. But for me, on the other hand, like let's say if I had money, which I used to carry very rarely, but whenever I did, so I would go, let's say I bought an ice cream, so I would not go up to my classroom or make sure or in front of people. I would make sure that I'm hiding in some corner and eating my ice cream, because I didn't want people to notice me having ice cream or anything from the canteen and be like, oh look, Dia's having ice cream, or Dia's having chocolates or whatever. So I was always shy of that. So if I bought an ice cream, I would just hide somewhere in some corner where I would find the least amount of people, especially people from my class or my batchmates, from other classes. So I would just hide somewhere and do that. And that was all through till 8th grade. And then like we knew somebody who, so I used to go to therapy when I was small, and so like I said, I used to go to therapy when I was small because of social reasons, and I was conscious I didn't have many friends, and I used to not even be able to talk to family friends, so I would go there. And there's nothing to be ashamed about going to therapy to get help. And I feel like I still I still have all the social issues, and I still deal with, even besides social issues, I still deal with a lot, but I feel like there's no one really to listen to me or to hear me out. Like, there are people like all over. You can keep saying, if you have a problem, reach out. My question is, who do you reach out to? Like, I'm not talking about therapy, but I feel like I can't even reach out to my family and friends. Like, I don't know, maybe like I feel depressed sometimes. I am in pain. I feel depressed a lot, like right now. Anyways, so, and they suggested to me, they knew somebody from this other school who, who came and had a chat, and they were like, I should shift and change my school since I'm not happy here. And also the population, not the population, but the amount of children that were in the school, there were so many as compared to that one. So, also a reason why I couldn't make friends. It was overwhelming to go every day and to go every day, be miserable, and not have any friends, and just not, like, I remember in school I used to have this thing that every once a week I will take an off. I will just take a holiday because I don't want to go, because it's too depressing to go and not have friends. And also, I wasn't the best in studies. I wouldn't say that I still am the best, but like, and there's nothing wrong in that. Like, you can have other hobbies as well. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Like, there are so many people who are not the best in studies, but are so good at other things. I'm not even saying that I'm bad at studies, essentially. I'm good, but like not the best. So, I mean, it's a thing, like no one feels like studying at this age, unless you do. then I feel bad for you. Anyways, so people were insisting, my parents were after me, go change your school, because if you're not happy here, you don't have any friends here, start fresh, go to the school, which is like 10,000 times better. And it was, and make new friends. You get to be in this new environment, you'll get to start over, new teachers, new people, and you will get to show people what you're capable of. But I was totally adamant that there's no way in hell I'm changing my school. I mean, I was like, no. And my parents used to keep pleading me day in, day after day, all night, all day, that please, it'll be better for you, it's a better decision. But I used to totally be against it, until one day we were like, my parents got this thing, from school, that we can go and check it out and have a chat with the principal and all of that. But I was so against it until my mom bribed me by giving me an ice cream and a cookie from one of my favorite bakeries, which is right next door to my house. So, but unfortunately they stopped making those cookies now, sadly, but I can make them myself. You'll find out later. Anyways, so I went there, and then I got to chat with the principal, who was super nice, super sweet, and I absolutely fell in love with the campus. Like, it was so much better than ours, and I loved it. But I was still adamant. I got my cookies and ice cream, and if you know me, I loved both of them. But I was still adamant that I'm not going to the school, whatever you say. I just went to have a look. But then, I was like adamant, like anything, like there's no way that I'm gonna be changing my school. Like, whatever the case may be, I will still remain in the previous school. Like, and also, if you know me well, I'm not good with change. Like, I cannot tolerate it. I like things to be the way that they are, and I don't like change at all. Like, I want everyone to remain where they are. I want everything to be the way that it was once upon a time. I hope that you're trying to follow up with me and trying to understand my perspective of things. So also, like, I would say, so moving on to that, then also, like, when I was small, like in grade 3 and 4, I started to play the piano, because my brother used to play the guitar, and he used to learn at this place. I also started going to the same place to learn the piano. So every week I would go, and then I remember having this concert once, and I was telling those few rare friends that I had that I have to perform in front of like 300 people, and I was so excited. And even my brother had to perform in the same concert, but he was playing the guitar, I was playing the piano. And I remember I was so excited. We were asked to wear a black skirt, and it was super exciting. And I was practicing my piece over and over again, and the concert went great, and my parents I was super young at that time, maybe like, I don't remember my age, maybe I was like 9 years old or something, but it was fun. And then eventually, then came my 13th birthday, when I was gifted a grand piano, like maybe not, I don't know what it's called, not that exact grand piano thing, but that kawaii. It was similar to a grand piano. So I remember like having piano classes, going for my piano class on my 13th birthday, and then when I was coming back, my brother was driving me back, and he got a call from my mom saying that the delivery person is just here, so stall her. So he stalled me, so we waited downstairs. I mean, he obviously didn't tell me why, but like he was trying to stall me. And then eventually when I went up, I walked in and I see my brand new piano wrapped up in ribbon, and my mom had made a heart out of rose petals, which looked kind of cute. And I was so shocked that I got a piano finally for my birthday, and I did not know what to do. So that I was like shocked. And I was happy, like, oh my god, I got a piano. But anyways, so this is just part 1 of my podcast, and I'm gonna be doing a part 2 where I'm gonna be talking about the rest of my life, and I'm gonna move on about how the story went on. But I hope you enjoyed this podcast of mine. And I hope you heard it to the end. Have a good day, and thank you so much for listening, and thank you for your time. Have a good night or